What's up, everybody? It is I, Hero Gen. Welcome to my second Sinister Cup tournament. And this is going to be my last Sinister Cup video. Today, I am going to complete the strats that I wanted to share with you guys. And you're gonna get basically like all the stuff that I know about the Sinister Cup, how I play, how I read teams, how I react, how I form my lines of threes, and how I play basically, right? Now, this tournament happened right after my weighted cup, right? Let me tell you the situation here, okay? So, after that last tournament, actually this tournament right here, right? Which you should definitely watch because this video is not enough to complete that knowledge, okay? So yeah, after that tournament, what happened was we rushed to this tournament and we got to the tournament with 2 minutes left before start time, right? I was hungry. I hadn't eaten like anything. I think it was like since breakfast time, something like that. Like really like early in the day, and it was already late, right? It was already nighttime. I was a little bit dehydrated. I didn't have the time to buy any drinks. I kind of like asked my friend's girlfriend if she could like buy me some drinks, and I gave her some money. And yes, so I just had coffee in my system. All right, just coffee, okay? And I did really poorly. I was pretty derpy throughout the tournament, right? You're not gonna learn a lot from most of the battles in this in this tournament, right? You are gonna learn the stuff that you need to complete that circle of knowledge that I have, right? But for most of the battles in this tournament, you're gonna be like, you were just being dumb. You were being really dumb, and, and I was being El Stupido. Completely moronic with the way that I was playing, right? So this is gonna be, well, the dumbest tournament you're gonna watch on YouTube about the Sinister Cup tournament. I'm probably the only one with the nutsacks, with the balls to upload this tournament. I think it's funny. And also, you're gonna see that it is the lowest skill from me tournament that I've ever uploaded, okay? Funny thing though, I won this tournament. I got the gold. I got the gold, boys and girls. I got the gold badge. Okay, I'm the winner for this tournament. Okay, and yeah, you'll get to see some miraculous happenings, miraculous gameplay. I think you're really gonna enjoy this, and you're gonna learn some important stuff. Plus, I have something very topical, right, for us to talk about as a community with the way that the tournaments are kind of like set up nowadays. I think it's definitely like worth talking about it. So it's a very serious topic. So we're gonna get the funny, we're gonna get the serious, we're gonna get some nice gameplay, some nice learnings. I think this is gonna be a fantastic video. Let's start off with my team. I actually didn't change it from the last tournament. I was like brain dead, right? So you can use the timestamps down below to just skip to the first battle. But if you want to know my team was Poliwrath with Mudshot, Hydro Pump, and Dynamic Punch. Big shout out to Biscuit and Team Pangasinan for trading this to me. Thank you so much. Dusclops with Hex, Fire Punch, and Shadow Punch. Steelix with Dragon Tail, Crunch, and Earthquake. Alolan Marowak with Fire Spin, Bone Club, and Shadow Ball. Bastiodon with Smackdown, Stone Edge, and Flamethrower. And finally, Drifblim with Hex, Shadow Ball, and Ominous Wind. My first opponent is Quotient, and we're pretty good friends. We battle maybe like every 2 or 3 days, and yeah, he's a sparring partner. And as you can see, I kind of biffed his player card here. You can see it's kind of weird, right? It looks weird, but that's because when I took a picture of his player card, it kind of like got corrupted on my phone. So yeah, I screwed up, but yeah, I fixed it, right? It looks great. It looks amazing. So the first thing that I look for in like the team comp is the steel types, right? So he's got Steelix, he's got Bastiodon. Let's set Steelix aside for now because most people have Steelix. Bastiodon is a massive threat to my team. But here's the thing, right? If you're running the same lineup as me, right? Like Triple Ghost, kind of weak to Steelix, just know that running Steelix takes a lot of nutsacks. Why? Because he's one of the Pokemon that is so hard with being a counter that most of the counters to it are also very hard counters. Like, this guy is farmable. He's a very good setup for Steelix, very good setup for Poliwrath, very good setup for Medicham. There's just so many things that can set up on him, and getting set up on will guarantee the win. So it's kind of like scary to bring him, so not a lot of people actually bring it. Alright, so take a look at my team of 3 here. As you can see, my Poliwrath is the only thing that can really take down Bastiodon, right? So the thing is, whenever somebody has Bastiodon on their lineup, I always check first before running my Bastiodon-Haunter lineup, which is what you're gonna learn today, right? That's the last thing you need. You have the Mawile Hunter set, you have the Probopass Hunter set, you have like the triple ghost type thing, you have my experimental thing with Bastiodon up front, like those lines, which you learned from watching my weighted cup, right? You watched it, all of it, so you learned all those techniques. I don't have to redo the thing. Okay, great. So I always check first before running my Bastiodon-Haunter line if they're actually gonna run it, right? So, you know, I'm kind of more worried about his Claydol, his Medicham, right? Because those things can really like take out my Poliwrath easy, right? Kind of like Claydol is a bad setup on Poliwrath, because if it gets an Earth Power off on my Alolan Marowak, then that dies as well, right? So that type of situation. So my whole thing right now is kind of like blocking my Poliwrath from things that can kill it. And then if ever he does have the Bastiodon, kind of hope that I can take it out with my Poliwrath type situation. If he brings it, okay? Let's see how we do. Alright, so the tournament starts off with a matchup that I thought I knew at this time, right? I thought I knew this matchup, okay? So it's Fire Marowak versus my Mudshot Hydro Pump Poliwrath. I thought that as long as I just go straight Hydro Pump, I can beat it, okay? Just block once, it's gonna get to a Shadow Ball, I'm gonna survive, I'm gonna get to throw a second Hydro Pump. Fantastic, right? But it turns out that it's very IV dependent, and after this match, I oh my god, it's rough to watch, right? After this match, I was like, yo, dude, can we like rewatch that match? Because I was like looking, like, what happened? Did some pass attacks get through or some situation? I don't know. I was just so mind blown. And he was like, my friend was like, yo, I've run this thing 70 times, right? With Ranger Mimikyu, who is another very good PvPer. With JM Louise, alright, who is also, you know, another really good PvPer. With Rizachi, and it always, you know, ends up like this. Your PvP IVs are actually pretty decent because you didn't get one shot. I'm like, oh my friggin' god, it's an IV dependent thing. Oh my god. And so I lose, alright? So that's it. That's just, you know, he got that Shadow Ball off. I didn't want to give the shield up because I wanted to go Shadow Ball time with my Marowak, and okay, first match. Second match. Okay, so I wasn't too scared of Medicham, right? So I was thinking, what if I bring in Steelix just in case he pulls out his Claydol to try to like fight me off. And you know, since now I know his Steelix is like a Thunderfang, I'm like, you know, I could most likely beat that with my Steelix and that type of situation, right? So, you know, honestly, like, don't even learn from this team comp. I think this is like complete garbage. I was being derpy, and it's just the exhaustion got to me. But anyways, let's see how we do. Alright, so we start the match off with Drift Blim versus Alolan Marowak. And I learned this thing, right? You can go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 hexes, right? Go 8 hexes. Don't throw a single thing, right? Block the first charge attack and then go double Ominous Wind. Okay, because you did that much damage to the whatever it is, the ghost type, right in front of you. Except Haunter, right? You can bet that an Ominous Wind is gonna be enough to kill it, right? So you don't have to go with the Shadow Ball, like the bait with the Ominous Wind type situation type thing. You can just go straight Ominous Wind, like double Ominous Wind after going 8 hexes, alright? So, yeah, now I did something really stupid here, right here, okay? And that is, I blocked this, okay? I'm not sure what the count is for Thunderfang Steelix with Earthquake, but obviously I wasn't counting, and I just did. Honestly, I didn't need to block it, right? I could have survived like an Earthquake, I think, and maybe gotten to my Earthquake to kind of like push him to block or something. I don't know. I was being dumb, right? But I was also like really tired. That's my excuse. But you know, I lose. GG. Great match. Learned a lot from this. Learn how to count Thunder Fang. All right, that's definitely one thing. Plus, in the first match, you can go straight Shadow Ball with Alolan Marowak, Fire Spin Alolan Marowak, right? If I could speak properly. On a Mud Shot Hydro Pump Poliwrath, and gamble that their IVs are not as good, right? So that type of situation. That's two important things that I learned from this, right? That was just like ingrained into my mind by these battles, and yeah. Even if that stopped, I mean, there was no chance. Okay, so I lose the first round, but we've got this last battle to try to maybe get a win. You know, maybe just get like one win. We'll see, okay? But yeah, as you can see, I'm kind of like hunting for Steelix here with Marowak plus my Poliwrath. Plus, I kind of want to lessen the chance of getting hit with Medicham again and Claydol, right? And since he hasn't brought Bastiodon, this is not my Bastiodon-Haunter set. Now, the thing is, we had multiple restarts, like more than 5 for sure, less than 10, something like a lot, okay? Because his internet kept dying, right? Kept dying, but yeah, I was like, you know, we're friends, so I'm like, alright, cool. It's all good, but I want you to remember this, okay? Because this is gonna be part of the serious story that I'm gonna talk about later, okay? Alright? Okay? Let's see how we do. Okay, so we start the match off with the Hexclops versus... Nice. Okay, Claydol. Nice. I predict this is the first time he pulled out Claydol, okay? So, this is kind of good. It's not on my Poliwrath, right? Not on my Marowak. I wanted to keep my Hexclops fairly healthy, but not burn a shield, right? So I knew that Psychic wasn't like that big of a hit. Okay, swaps into Steelix. I'm like, alright, this is fantastic. Okay, use my Poliwrath. Alright, so, you know, I'm doing good. This is great. You know, even if it takes me out here, my Marowak can kind of like come in and farm. Okay, so yeah, cool. Whatever is in the back is this thing, right? Bastiodon, I did not see coming, okay? I did not see this coming, boys and girls. I really did not, right? We had multiple restarts. I knew he had a Claydol. I think I got to the point where he did pull out his Steelix, but I did not know that he had his Bastiodon in the back, right? So yeah, that's a GG. You know, that's excellent work, Quotient. That's a GG. That's a hard counter GG. Okay, so yeah, we're moving on to the next round. Okay, all right. Great battle. Great battle. Now, my next opponent, Jace Uy, has Bastiodon once again. Okay, so the question is he actually gonna use it, right? So we'll see. He also has Haunter. Now, Haunter is a massive threat as well to my team. And honestly, I don't have a good answer to Haunter, right? My team is kind of pretty weak to Haunter. And unless I catch it with my Bastiodon, I'm not safe. Alright, so I'm going Triple Ghost. Now, usually I would say never to run Triple Ghost if you see Haunter on your opponent's lineup, right? But the thing is, I was tired and I wasn't thinking, okay? I was tired and I was not thinking. If you see Bastiodon, Haunter, plus let's say he doesn't have a Medicham, let's say he only has a Poliwrath, then this lineup is a stupid idea. Don't use this, okay? But if you see he has a Medicham, he has a Psychic type, right? No Poliwrath, Medicham is the only fighter, or like one of the fighters, right? No Bastiodon, he only has a Steelix. That's a pretty good you know, sign that you should, you know, maybe consider doing Triple Ghost. Plus no Haunter, of course, because Haunter is a ghost slaying ghost. Okay, so why did I do this? Again, because I wasn't thinking. It felt comfortable. All right, okay, let's see how we do. Okay, we start off with a fantastic lead. You know those those moments when you get like a lead and you're like, yes. You that meme with the, you know, that dude who touches his face, you know, I can't do it. I can't do it. But yes, you know that meme, right? It just kind of like pops up in your head and you're like, yes, so satisfying. And yeah, this is fantastic lead. He decides to fight it, right? I'm like, okay, I will take it. I will take that advantage. Thank you very much. I throw the second Ominous Wind, and crucial, he blocks again. I'm like, oh my god, Shadow Ball time, right? You know what I'm talking about? Shadow Ball time. But the thing is, I was like, you know what? Let me pull out my Dusclops. Let me, soften up the situation, right? Let me soften up the next month so I can maybe farm it out with my Marowak. Farm out the rest with my Marowak. Words? What? And then blow up the next thing with Shadow Ball. Like, bam, bam, bam type of situation. So, yeah. But this is great, you know, because I needed a break. My brain was not working. Okay, so I was like, fantastic lead. Yes. Okay, but you know, I can't really say, ooh, predicted type of thing because I wasn't thinking. Okay, did you see that coming? Was he? Did you see that like with your prediction powers that he was gonna lead Cresselia? Nobody saw that coming. Come on, and then out comes Haunter. I'm like, oh my lord, yes. So we know that he really likes Cresselia, right? Why would you lead with something like that, right? It's because you're really confident in it, right? You like that Pokemon. Plus, he fought off he tried to fight off my Drifblim with his Cresselia. So, plus he double blocked it, right? That is signs that there is something emotional, like a connection happening there, right? So I'm like, okay, what's Cresselia really weak to? Heavy steals, right? So, you know, Bastiodon, Steelix type situation. But the thing is, if I pull out my Steelix now, right, Haunter, which he also had in the back, hiding it, so he probably also likes that. There's some emotional, you know what I'm talking about? Plus, I don't know if it's a legacy type situation, but you know, just to make sure, I don't know the moveset, right? But just to make sure that my Steelix doesn't get blown up by his Shadow Ball Haunter, I'm like, let me make sure that I have a hard counter, right? So Bastiodon. So look at the line of 3, right? You can see the setup, okay? It's Poliwrath, right? If he has Cresselia up front, I can swap in my Hexclops and be like, yo, what's up, right? Start farming up fast attacks. Let's say Haunter comes in. I already have energy, and usually like Hexclops is only like 1 fast attack like slower compared to Haunter with the throws, right? I'm gonna blow that thing up, okay? And then realign my Bastiodon to his Cresselia and then kill whatever's left with my Poliwrath. Okay, that's the situation. That's the thing that I was like going with in my mind. Let's see if I can pull it off. Alright, so we start the match off with Haunter. I'm like, what the frick? This is kind of like a bad matchup. The thing is, I have to block the Shadow Ball, right? So I'm going for the Dynamic Punch. He is going to opt to block. Okay, so the key here is blocking the Shadow Ball, right? So right here I was like, okay, you know what, that's a Shadow Punch. Ah, dang it, man. This tournament, man, I don't even know anymore, right? So I pull out Bastiodon. I'm just hoping, praying that he doesn't have Steelix in the back, right? Because Steelix would destroy the rest of my team. Okay, what comes out? It's Medicham. Oof, dude, that's why? And then I throw the flamethrower. He blocked it. I'm like, oh my god, that's an opportunity. I have 2 shields. He has no shields. It's Shadow Punch time, right? I had a pretty poopy swap, but then it was nice because it looked pro because I caught that power-up punch. But then I blocked that power-up punch. I was for sure thinking, that's a psychic. I'ma die if I don't block that, right? And look how long he farmed. I didn't count. Did you count? You probably didn't count. Okay. And then I get jebaited again. And I'm like, what the frick? Is he running Dynamic Punch? Is this like a power-up punch, Dynamic Punch? Is there such a thing as a power-up punch, Dynamic Punch Medicham? I was doubting everything that I knew at this point, but I was like, okay, this is kind of nice. Maybe, right? The swaps were looking kind of pro, kind of thing. I swap here, boom, looking kind of pro, right? Looking, okay, nice. You know, got them skills, right? But, you know, nothing's gonna save me from Cresselia's charge attacks if it gets a throw. And it got the throw. So derpy this tournament, man. GG. Alright, so what do we know? He likes that Haunter. He likes that Cresselia, for sure, right? Those are his 2 favorite Pokemon. His Medicham, I have no idea if it has a Psychic, right? Maybe not, because he was throwing straight power-up punch. I have no idea why I blocked so many of those. Okay, that was stupid. I should have just like save it for Cresselia. I should have done that, but I was... So the plan was, if ever he pulls out Haunter again, I'm just gonna out-ghost it, okay? So all the ghosts, just bring all the ghosts, okay? Just out-ghost it, and then hopefully he doesn't bring Bastiodon right? Because he hasn't been bringing Bastiodon, and I have been bringing threats to Bastiodon, so kind of like scaring it away, hopefully, you know. Let's see how we do. And so it begins with Haunter. Okay, so can we out-ghost this thing? Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead. Well, he's gonna outspeed me too. Shadow Punch, I have to block, right? For sure. Have to block. That thing does a lot of damage. I don't want my Drifblim to go down. I'm gonna throw an Ominous Wind and then swap out, okay? Boom. I'm just out-ghosting it, okay? Like out... Well, the thing is, I blocked here. I could have like... Maybe I could have taken that. Maybe... Probably could have taken that. But yeah. So I have a lot of energy now. So I just hex down. No charge attack, right? So yeah. Out comes out Medicham. I'm like... Dang! Oh my god! Is it actually happening? So he doesn't have Steelix. I'm like... Oh. Alright. He doesn't have... He most likely does not have Bastiodon, right? So I'm like... Okay. He still threw the power-up punch, like straight power-up punch. It still confuses me, like at this point, right? After the match, I was like asking him, does your Medicham have a second move? You know, because that dust grind is real, right? You have to be understanding, okay? And he's like, yes, Ice Punch. Okay, so he didn't have a Psychic. He had Ice Punch. Okay, so I farmed down the rest of the Medicham when I figured out that, oh, he doesn't have a Psychic, so, you know, I'm cool just, you know, throwing. I saved up that energy, I threw a Shadow Punch, and then I threw my Marowak, and it's Shadow Ball time, right? So, Cresselia can survive one Shadow Ball, but can it survive a Shadow Punch and a Shadow Ball? The answer is no. GG. My next opponent is Martin LV, and he's got Mawile. Mawile, I have a set for that. It's the Mawile Hunting set, which you know from watching my weighted cup tournament, right? Did I use the Mawile Hunting set? Is this the Mawile Hunting set? No. Absolutely not. This is not the Mawile Hunting set. It's just Triple Ghost again, but this time with Hexclops as the lead. It's the poopy version of the Triple Ghost. I think this is a bad idea, right? But yeah, why did I run this? Is there like a deep, like calculated reason why I ran this set? No, I just I was tired, man. That's it. Let's see how we do. You're gonna get to see pure derp all over the screen, right? For this first match, right? So, you know, I was counting, but yeah, we'll get to see. Okay, so I throw the Shadow Punch. Nice. Alright, it's not too derpy. Okay, I'm gonna block right here. Block right here. Nice. Okay, got the Shadow Ball block. Throw the Shadow Punch again. Okay, I was still counting. I knew. Okay, words. Right here, I decided not to block. This could definitely be a Shadow Ball or a Bone Club, right? Okay, I didn't block. And I decided to farm out the rest with Drifblim. This is where it all goes wrong right here. Okay, I clicked on the Ominous Wind. Why? I wasn't thinking. And I blocked that Bone Club. I knew it was a Bone Club. But I was, you know, I had like all these doubts in my mind, right? I was like, did the swap-in animation happen? And so, you know, I wasn't able to catch like a fast attack type situation. I don't know. I was... I had so many doubts in my head, right? So... He burned that last shield on his Steelix. Actually, I don't know what's up with that, right? I don't know. It was late in the night. Not really that late, but you know, stuff and things happen. People click on stuff accidentally, but yeah, he's still able to take me out. Okay, so I have my Marowak, but this is a GG, you know? It's a GG. Okay, gets off a crunch. Well, I mean, not a GG right now, right? I'm gonna get to kill the Steelix, right? But the next Pokemon for sure is gonna kill me because it is Poliwrath. Even if I hit it with a Shadow Ball, it can still kill me straight. Ice Punch, he has Bubble, right? So he probably has Ice Punch, plus my HP super low. GG. After that first match, I actually went up to Martin. I was like, yo dude, you didn't have a Steelix on your line of 6, but you used the Steelix. And then he was like, yeah, I do. And then I checked, and he actually did have Steelix. So I'm sorry, alright. Embarrassing, okay? So but as you can see, the brain cells, alright, not working at optimal level. I was running on coffee, but I finished the coffee at like round 2, I think. Okay, so I was just, I don't know, I was tired, but I was still trying. Okay, so what were the problems that I had? Steelix, right? So I've got Poliwrath, plus I've got my Marowak in the back, and hopefully I can kind of like get that Steelix down so I can like beat the rest. I know that his Poliwrath has Bubble now, so my Poliwrath can definitely beat his Poliwrath because I outspeed him to the Dynamic Punch, right? So yeah, let's see how we do. Alright, so we start the match off with Poliwrath Mirror Match. Now the thing is, since my Poliwrath has Mud Shot, I outspeed him to the Dynamic Punch, if I can speak properly, okay? I feel like I'm becoming derpy because I'm watching such derpy content, right? Are you doing something weird now? Are you putting the snacks up your nose instead of your mouth or something? It's contagious, right? So yes, I throw another Dynamic Punch. And interesting thing here is, okay, wait, he's gonna block, he's gonna throw, okay, he's gonna get the bait right here, all right? But even though he got the bait, I still outspeed him. So wow, like that is a massive like mountain to climb for Bubble Poliwrath to beat Mudshot Poliwrath, right? So yeah, anyways, so he comes out with his Marowak. I'm thinking Steelix might be in the back, so you know what, let me Hex Clops. Okay, I'm gonna throw Shadow Punch. My goal is not to beat Marowak, right? Because I don't want to be naked, okay? So he blocked. That's really nice. I could have blocked this, but I was thinking, you know, I really want to like keep that shield, so you know, kind of like make it Shadow Ball time type situation, okay? So yeah, alright, so he throws, it's a Bone Club, okay, kind of scary, so I throw the Shadow Ball to make sure it's a kill, because if he touches me with the Shadow Ball, I'm dead, right? And out comes Steelix. So at this point, I was thinking, alright, GG, he's gonna get to an Earthquake, I'm dead, right? I was counting, but then he throws, and it's a crunch, and I'm like, oh my god, I will take it. Okay, so I get to the Bone Club, GG, but he could have definitely gotten to the Earthquake, right? He definitely could have gotten to it. GG. Alright, so I kind of understand how he likes to play now. He likes to finish with Earthquake. So my Shadow Ball time is his Earthquake time type situation, right? But yeah, he definitely could have gotten to the Earthquake like last match, but yeah, he likes to finish with Steelix, so he hides it in the back, right? He feels like it's safer for his Marowak to be in the back as well, probably because he also maybe likes Shadow Ball time, right? So he would much rather have Poliwrath or maybe Marowak in front, right? But the thing is, my Hex Gloves can kind of handle both of those, right? Has like a nice setup situation up front, right? So I can kind of like biff the shield, like give up the shield to leave their Pokemon with like low HP, farm out the rest with one of my Pokemon, blow up the next Pokemon with a charge attack, and if they block, I'll still have 2 shields to their no shields, right? So it can be like Hydro Pump time or Shadow Ball time type situation. Alright, so that was the plan. Let's see how we do. Alright, so we start the match off with Poliwrath. Okay, it's looking good, okay? Plan is starting to work. As long as he doesn't have anything freaky in the back, right? Which I don't think he's gonna have something freaky in the back because he really likes that Steelix. He really likes his Alolan Marowak, right? That's kind of like, this is his trio right here, okay? So I'm not going to beat the Poliwrath. What I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to soften it up, right? Just soften it up so I can kind of farm it down later on, right? And then blow up the next Pokemon with charge attacks, okay? So I know that this thing has Dynamic Punch, Ice Punch. I don't have to worry about my Marowak going down to any charge attacks from this thing. So I can kind of like farm it down type of situation, okay? Very low, not blocking, okay? So as you can see, he blocked once, okay? Alright, I got some extra energy. He's gonna come out with, I have the shield advantage, I have the energy advantage. Marowak, this is fantastic. So my Shadow Ball will be an insta-kill. So he really likes that Steelix if his Steelix is in the back, right? He blocked, I swap to my Poliwrath. It's Hydro Pump time. Alright, so this is looking really nice setup right here, okay? So yeah, I get to the Hydro Pump, boom, gonna blow this thing up, and you know, the next Pokemon for sure will not be able to take a Hydro Pump. It's Steelix. Got it. GG. Nice. Excellent work. Brain cells starting to work a little bit. Just this one match. Just this one match. My plan actually like pulled through. GG. My next opponent, Monkey 1, is actually my neighbor. Yes, he's really like my neighbor. Like he lives like in the same building as me. So yeah, he's got Bastiodon. Alright, is he gonna bring it? Let's see. Now the thing is, if he doesn't bring Bastiodon, this line right here is going to tear through his lineup, right? He has Medicham as his fighter, right? Just Medicham. He has 2 Psychics. He has Bronzong and Cresselia. So Bastiodon is really the key here, right? He needs to bring the Bastiodon for this line. Is he gonna bring it, right? Most people would not risk it, right? As you've seen. Let's see how we do. Alright, so we start the match off with Steelix versus Dusclops. This is not a bad match. I lose, but the thing is, I get it so low that I can come in with my Marowak, farm out the rest, right? Farm out the rest and blow up the next Pokemon with the Shadow Ball. So it's gonna be Shadow Ball time. And if he has Medicham in his line, it's not gonna be Medicham. But the thing is, I still have Drifblim in the back for Medicham. Never have I ever had a match that has been over so fast. Never, okay? This thing, if he blocks it, right? If he blocks this, he's gonna block it, right? Of course he's gonna block it, okay? Can probably take out the rest of my team. And he still has the Steelix in the back, right? Even if, let's say, the middle Pokemon is a Medicham, let's say, is Bronzong, is any confusion user, those confusions are still gonna hurt, right? So yeah, so he decides to let his Bastiodon go. He still kept the shield, and so this sucks. This is horrible. I have nothing else. Like, what can I do? It's a Thunderfang Steelix now on my Drifblim. I swapped so that I could maybe farm it. I don't know what I'm doing at this point, but yeah, he got me. He got me good. So finally, we're going to use the Bastiodon-Haunter set after this. Okay, GG. All right, crunch. GG. The Bastiodon-Haunter set is Poliwrath, Marowak, and Steelix. Okay, now the thing is, you can swap the lead, never lead with Steelix. Why? Because Steelix is probably the best counter to Bastiodon in this meta that isn't weak to Ghost. Okay, Medicham is, you know, obviously like the hardest counter to Bastiodon, but Steelix, if you get to the end and you're still like at a shielded disadvantage, let's say, right? And it's Steelix versus Bastiodon, you can bet your butt that your Steelix is still gonna win, right? Straight Earthquake. Now for the lead choice, usually I don't lead with Poliwrath if I see that Medicham is the only fighter on my opponent's side, right? But the thing is, I was thinking like this. I just used Triple Ghost, right? He just saw me use Triple Ghost. He was probably laughing at me because he pulled out his Bastion and, you know, he had double steal on my Triple Ghost, right? So I was thinking, his Medicham is probably not gonna be the lead, right? That's what I was thinking. So Poliwrath is my lead. I'm keeping Marowak right there. And the thing is, with this lineup, you don't want any ghost that will get completely walled by Bastiodon. The nice thing about Marowak is, with straight Bone Club, you can still do a hefty amount of damage to Bastiodon, right? So yeah, definitely Marowak is the ghost of choice for this lineup. The dangerous thing about a line with Medicham and Bastiodon is that you have to get your Marowak on the Medicham if it's on his line, right? Because if that Medicham gets on my Steelix, that's a GG, right? That is definitely a GG. It's not gonna happen. If that Medicham gets on my Poliwrath and let's say what's left is Bastiodon and Steelix, that might be a GG. It might be. The thing is, Marowak can beat Steelix, which is nice, right? And that's also why you don't want Drifblim there. You don't want Dusclops there, right? You want your Marowak to possibly beat that Steelix if ever, right? So that's kind of like what I'm thinking right now. Hopefully he doesn't lead with the Medicham. Let's see how we do. Alright, so the lead is the important thing here. It's Steelix. Fantastic. Amazing. This is great. Okay, so it's a Thunderfang Steelix, so it's gonna do a lot of damage with the fast attacks. Okay, I'm gonna go for the Dynamic Punch. If he blocks this, fantastic. I can go for the Hydro Pump. Alright, so as you can see, I'm tapping on the Hydro Pump. Alright, this is probably a crunch. I still didn't know what the counts were for Thunderfang, right? I also wasn't counting. My mind was just too drained, right? I go for the Hydro Pump. He blocks again. Wonderful. Amazing. This is like great. Okay, so right here, you're gonna see me farm up with my Marowak, right? I'm just farming up. Okay, I'm gonna block this, obviously, right? Just farming up. I'm gonna kill it. I was gonna like get it down to Bone Club and then, you know, throw Bone Club to kill it. He swaps out to Bastiodon, and the Bastiodon-Haunter set is now at work. Okay, so I'm going to get to set up extra energy, all the energy. All right, I'm over farming, over charging my Steelix here. Okay, I threw the earthquake. He's still not dead. Fantastic. I was thinking, right, I can still kind of like use my Steelix to earthquake his Steelix down, but the thing is, his Steelix is also pretty low. Out pops out Medicham. Okay, now the thing is, this is a kind of like not a nice use of energy. I could actually just wait the switch timer down, swap to my Marowak, throw the Shadow Ball, but it was glorious. It was glorious what happened, right? We blew up that Medicham, and yeah, it's a GG. Definitely could have, you know, handled my energy a lot better, right? I could have just saved that earthquake for, you know, if ever something messed up happened, right? Just wait, like, there were like a couple of seconds left on the switch timer. I could have just come in with my Alolan Marowak, thrown the Shadow Ball at the Medicham. He probably would not have done anything. Then I could get like extra energy and then throw Bone Club at Steelix. But man, it was glorious. It was like watching fireworks. Boom, boom, boom type situation. So anyways, now he knows that I do lead with my Poliwrath, so he might think about leading with his Medicham, right? So the thing is, his Steelix, I can still kind of handle with my Marowak, right? So yeah, especially since it's a Thunderfang, you know, I mean, I don't have to worry that much. Maybe block once just to make sure if I feel like it's an Earthquake, but again, I didn't know the counts. But yes, I feel like at this point, Marowak is a much safer lead. He might actually even lead with, let's say, a Psychic type, because he knows that my Poliwrath was the key there, right? So definitely Marowak is the lead here, right? Because this is a high pressure situation. He's thinking like how to counter like what just happened, right? Plus I have my two anti-Bastiodon Pokemon in the back, and since he did so well in the first match with his Bastiodon, he probably will not take it out, right? He most likely will not take it out. Okay, let's see how we do. Alright, so we start the match off with Marowak versus Steelix. Okay, I was really praying that he would lead with like a Psychic type or like Medicham, but it doesn't happen, but it's okay. So my style with this is I throw the Shadow Ball, right? And then, so right now, I'm not sure like if this is a crunch, right? But yeah, I don't block. Fantastic, right? So if they take the first Shadow Ball, I usually just farm out the rest, right? This is with all Thunderfang Steelix, okay? So yeah, I got to it. Okay, he's obviously popping out with Bastiodon, but this is nice. I have two anti-Bastiodon Pokemon in the back, right? Alright. Swap in Poliwrath. The thing is, if he had Medicham in the back, I could kind of like get the energy advantage this way, but no, he has Marowak in the back, and this is fantastic, right? This is great, okay, because we both have like equal shields, but the thing is, I don't really have to block my Poliwrath from his Bastiodon, so I can burn all the shields I want on my Steelix. I can burn all the shields I want on my Poliwrath, right? So he double blocked his Marowak, and now it's Hydro Pump time, right? It is Hydro Pump time. So yeah, GG, fantastic battle. Yes, boom, Hydro Pump, and out comes Bastiodon. I don't have to block anything. All right, gonna go for Dynamic Punch. Yes, and yeah. GG. Now my next opponent is one of the best female trainers and one of the best trainers in the Philippines, right? Rizachi. She's good. She's good. Like in our practice battles, I have a win rate of 10%. Like I joke about that with her, but honestly, it's actually true, right? I barely ever pull a win against her. So she's got Bastiodon. But again, the question is she gonna bring it? Is she gonna bring that Bastiodon? Is the same thing that happened to Monkey gonna happen to me again? Let's see. Alright. So it starts with Hexclops versus Marowak. So I definitely have to block the Shadow Ball. The thing is, Alolan Marowak can actually get the double Shadow Ball off for the win, right? But she kind of like makes a mistake here, right? So right here, she blocks, she throws the Shadow Ball and I block. And then I get another Shadow Punch, okay? Nice. And then she decides to block it, okay? And then she overfarms. She definitely overfarmed because the thing is, Hexclops can for sure get a double Hex on a double Shadow Ball on on Dusclops, right? So yes, so now she's naked, right? No shields. This is fantastic for me. I have my Drifblim, I have my Marowak. It's Shadow Ball time. Okay, she pops up with Steelix. I'm not scared of Steelix right now because he's naked. I can throw 2 Shadow Balls and most likely take this thing out, alright? And then the last thing, depending on what it is, I can most likely probably take it out with my my Marowak. Okay, so boom, take out Steelix. Next Pokemon, it is Poliwrath. Is a little bit difficult, right? With just Marowak, right? But I get off this extra Ominous Wind. I swap it in. She has the same, basically like the same Poliwrath as me. Mudshot, Dynamic Punch, Hydro Bomb. I actually got that idea from her, right? So you know, because she's amazing. Okay, I just like copy whatever she does. Throw the Shadow Ball. GG first match. This is my general use trio. You saw this in my weighted cup, right? This is kind of like when I'm not sure of what to do, actually, right? So Hex Gloves is pretty key here. It's a safe switch in, just in case something pops up that will really mess up my Poliwrath. But yeah, let's see how we do. All right, this is a pretty interesting match. Bad lead. Horrible lead. Need to swap out. Okay, swapped out. Boom, Hex Gloves, starting a fast attack away. Comes out with Steelix. Okay. Alright. That's not too bad, honestly, right? I mean, I could kind of like push it to where the timer is over, or I don't know, maybe like take it out. We'll see, alright? I wasn't sure how many fast attacks I got. I think I need, I don't remember how many fast attacks I need to actually like beat this, like extra fast attacks, right? So yeah, but let's see. Alright, so obviously I'm gonna block here. Okay? Because I want to win this, I need to get the thing realigned so that my Marowak is aligned to his Medicham, right? But then I chicken out. You see that? I swap out. I'm like, okay, that thing in the back is probably a ghost type. I could farm up, throw a Shadow Ball, kind of like, you know, Shadow... No. It's not a ghost type. It's not a ghost type. Okay? So this is kind of like the reaction that you see from really good players, right? They see triple ghost, they go heavy on the steals, right? And yeah, that's just yeah. All right. As you can see, I kind of like lost the will to live here. I was like, I'm dead. So yeah, this Medicham is going to take out my Poliwrath. Actually, like some interesting stuff happens still. I'm trying to get like the bait and hopefully like maybe land that Hydro Pump, but you know, I was sure that I could not get to it, so I tried to go for the Dynamic Punch. Couldn't even get to the Dynamic Punch. All right, so here it's not looking too bad. I was thinking, okay, I was thinking that was not a Psychic. I blocked. It was a Power Up Punch. This sucks, you know. This is definitely like a GG right here. So she's gonna get to the Psychic, but you know, she finessed me, right? She got that sack swap on the Steelix, and she finishes me off with a dainty little Power Up Punch. GG. Alright, so we're running the Bastiodon-Haunter set, and obviously because she ran Medicham as the lead, I'm not leading with Poliwrath, right? So the thing is, something happened, right? We had multiple restarts at this point, and this is the serious point that I want to talk about, right? So if you're somebody from Sylph or like know people from Sylph, maybe like send them this clip, and you know, I'll link it in the pin stamps. I'll link it like for Sylph Arena consideration type situation. Just check out the timestamps. All right, so yeah, so the thing is, we had multiple restarts. I think we had 2 restarts, right? Okay, and then on the second restart, right, so I was looking at my phone, like I was looking at my lineup, and then I was thinking, she's debating me. She is debating me. She's gonna go double fighter, right? So that's what I was thinking, right? Because she knows that I'm going to react to her Bastiodon, right? So she's probably going to hunt. So she's gonna think like Steelix, right? He's gonna bring his Steelix, so I have to bring double fighter type situation, right? Right? That type of thing. So I was scared. See, the thing is, I saw her first 2 Pokemon, right? I get the lead. She swaps in Steelix. I swap in Poliwrath. Okay, that's what happened like in our restart, right? So I was scared that the third Pokemon was not Bastiodon and it was actually Poliwrath, right? Because she does have it on her lineup. She has the double fighter. So I was thinking, oh my lord, if I get caught, if my Steelix gets caught, with her Poliwrath, I'm dead. That's GG, you know? Nice playing with you, Rizachi. Still got that 10% win rate against you, plus, you know, I got dunked on in the tournament. So I was thinking, I was thinking of kind of like changing what I was doing. So I just wanted to just stare at my phone for a while, like consider my options because I was so like terrified, right? I was thinking of doing it like this, right? So my Marowak is the lead, her Medicham is the lead, right? And then I would, you know, obviously force her to swap to her Steelix, right? When Steelix comes in, I wanted to try to go Shadow Ball on my Marowak, right? And if she throws a Crunch, fantastic, right? Just take it, okay? Because I can probably still kill Medicham, yeah, maybe, right? Throw the Shadow Ball, maybe get the shield or, you know, a massive amount of damage, swap in my own Steelix, right? So that if ever the last Pokemon is a Poliwrath, it's Poliwrath versus Poliwrath. But if it's a Bastiodon, fantastic. I still have Poliwrath, right? Like, it's kind of like a more sure thing, right? But then, she calls me. She's like, yo, same Pokemon, okay? So she was probably like freaked out that I was taking so long to think about the situation, right? So I'm like, yes, same Pokemon, right? I'm not gonna do you like that. You're my bud. Plus, it was her weighted cup, right? If whatever happens type situation. But I honestly did feel a little bit like what I was doing was dishonorable, right? So I was thinking of like changing what happened in like the first match to try to like favor my win. And this is something that is not illegal in Silph Arena rules, right? The rule is you restart with the same 3, right? But you don't have to do exactly the same thing that you did in the match that was erroneous, right? English words. I know English words. Erroneous. So the thing is, I had a discussion with Quotient, right? The guy who 3-0'd me in the first match, plus my buddy JM Luis. After this whole tournament, right? I was talking to them like in Luis's car, and so I was talking to them like, what do you think about this rule? Like that you're able to change what's you know what you do in a restart. And then Quotient was like, yo, no, I didn't change my third Pokemon. I really had Bastion. I'm like, no, it's all like me and him. We're butts. I'm like, okay, it's all good. Plus, whatever, right? It's whatever. But then they kind of agreed that it's kind of poopy that you're able to change what what happens, right? To kind of like favor you, especially in a cup like this where it's so bait dependent, right? So what if you were about to win and suddenly it lags and your opponent goes like, yo, lag, right? But then you had all these like fantastic baits, fantastic reads, those blocks were on point, but then you have a restart and then you're playing like me in this tournament, completely derpy. Isn't it a little bit like dishonorable a little bit? Yeah, and I'm saying this because I did it, right? I was thinking, you know, I changed the things to kind of like, I don't know. So if ever, you know anybody from Silph, or like if you are somebody from Silph, maybe consider this as like, you know, community feedback. You know, I think that it should be a rule that you should do exactly the same up to that point where it lagged, right? Just so that you can see how it ends, right? Because I feel like that's the more, you know, honorable thing. It's nobody's fault that it lagged, but, you know, getting to change like what happens shouldn't really be like part of the game, I think. So yeah, what actually happened? Let's find out. Okay, got the lead. Alright, so we already know this. Medicham, Marowak swaps in the Steelix. I was still thinking about it, right? I biffed the swap. Okay, I was thinking, should I swap to my Steelix, right? And then I biffed the swap because I was thinking about it, man. I was thinking, maybe I should just like go up, Shadow Ball, throw it, swap to my Steelix. Now I'm praying. I am just, you know, hoping that the last Pokemon is Bastiodon. Alright? Okay, so I get some extra energy. Nice. The next Pokemon is most likely going to be Medicham. I get to take back the shield. Okay, I throw a Hydro Pump. She decides to block it and I die. Okay, so I'm going to pull out my Marowak. I am praying that it is Bastiodon. It's Bastiodon. And I'm in the Bastiodon-Haunter set. It's Bastiodon. In the Bastiodon hunting set. Amazing. Okay, so you watch this. Okay, I'm gonna like go great so that I can get some extra energy. All right, so this is fine because I'm still scared, right? I don't know, for some reason maybe her Medicham can kind of like power up on my Steelix, throw a like really powered up Psychic on my Marowak and kill it. I don't know, I'm still like a little bit freaked out, okay? Because, you know, she's a good player. You have to be on your guard, right? Because, you know, good players can turn things around. I went for the crunch and I tried to go for the double crunch, but then the thing died, right? So yeah, but she has no shield. This is fantastic, okay? She still gets to charge Zack, and I block. It's a Psychic, okay? So at least. But that was GG. Okay, so it happened exactly. Well, not really exactly, because I got a couple of fast attacks because I biffed the swap, right? But almost exactly like the recreated like match. But the thing is, do you think that this should be a thing? Do you think that people should be able to like change like what happens in the match if it's just a restart, right? What if you were like deep in already, like you were going for the kill and then suddenly it lags, right? Do you think that, you know, that should be a part of the thing? Do you think that we should like maybe suggest that they make it part of the rules to make it exactly the same up to that point where it lagged type situation? I don't know. Okay, comment down below. Like since this battle, me and her have had some more Sinister Cup practice battles, and the last match that we did, I beat her once and she beat me 4 times. Alright, so my final opponent, the final boss of this tournament is I am Vince, and he's got Steelix, no other steals, so we're going with the pure Ghost lineup, and yeah, I think this is a good choice for this match. Okay, so going triple Ghost. Let's see how we do. Alright, so we start the match off with Hexclops versus Poliwrath. This is a fantastic first matchup, right? He's got Bubble. And the thing is, most Poliwrath sets lose to Hexclops, okay? What else does he have? He has Ice Punch. Fantastic, okay? This cannot beat me. Plus, I can kind of like biff the shield. You know what I did, right? Biff the shield, set up my 2 Shadow Ballers in the back with some energy, right? So yeah, I'm not gonna block. Gonna go straight Shadow Punch. Gonna get to that one. Okay, is he gonna decide to block or like give it up? He decides to block. Fantastic. He swaps to Drifblim. I get another throw. This is really good, okay? Boom. Throw. He blocked it. This is great. Naked opponent. 2 shields. 2 Shadow Ballers in the back. Amazing, okay? It is massive Shadow Ball. Double Shadow. I gotta work on double Shadow Ball time. It's Shadow Ball time, alright? So yes, he pulls out the Steelix. It's a Thunderfang Steelix. Okay, got a Shadow Ball for you. Bop, 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 bop. Okay. I'm so used to doing the ghost thing now, right? And I make this like pretzel looking. It kind of gets me hungry, right? So yeah, go for the go for the Bone Club. Throw it. Boom. Got it. Okay, out comes his really hurt Poliwrath. I'm like, I ain't doing a thing. My Drifblim is in the back. Clean, okay? And then we just fast attack each other down. GG. Alright, so now that I know that my Poliwrath can beat his Poliwrath, that's fantastic, right? I beat it to the Dynamic Punch because I have Mudshot. Okay, I'm leading with Poliwrath. Plus also, if ever he decides to kind of like pull out his Steelix instead of his Poliwrath, right? To take out my Dusclops. I'm not actually sure if Thunderfang Steelix beats Dusclops, but yes, either way, right? I've got Poliwrath. Let's see how we do. Now, the second match is actually pretty scary, right? So I've got Poliwrath versus Hex, Alolan Marowak, right? So you remember in that first match, right? Alolan Marowak can go straight Shadow Ball and beat my Poliwrath straight Hydro Pump, right? Because my Poliwrath doesn't have like the best IVs, right? So, but yeah, but he swapped out to Drifblim. Now that Marowak is dangerous, right? Obviously, very, very dangerous. It's got most likely enough for a Shadow Ball, right? So I've gotta make sure that I have some energy advantage, like, or like a shield advantage, which just happened, right? Which is fantastic, right? Naked opponent again, 2 shields. It could either be Hydro Pump time or Shadow Ball time, right? Okay, so I pull out the Marowak. I'm charging up. Okay, I'm gonna block this one right here. I have the energy. If Marowak pops up, I am gonna blow it up with my Shadow Ball. Or, you know, if it throws, I'm gonna block and then blow it up, okay? Out pops out Poliwrath. Okay, I throw it. I swap out to my Poliwrath and I get to the Dynamic Punch because I outspeed it. And I throw. Okay, I have to land the Hydro Pump now to kill this Marowak, okay? He throws energy. He's got a lot of energy at this point, right? I got baited. Oh my god. And then he throws a Shadow Ball. So this is really scary, right? So this is a race to Shadow Ball. We're both most likely at 0 energy, but I get to the Shadow Ball. That was most likely a CMP tie, right? Most likely. Alright, so at this point, my friend JM Luis M beat the only undefeated person in the tournament. The only guy. So everybody with a 5-1 score, which is what I just got, right? I only lost the first round to Quotient, right? All of the people with 5-1 tied for first place. So, my god, this is friggin' amazing. But yeah, I've got this. Do we even need to talk about it? I mean, I was just so happy that I got a win. I got like a gold badge, which is nice. Okay, so alright, let's see how we do. I really wish I just went like triple ghost with this one because yeah, but you know, I mean, it is what it is. I was just like elated that, you know, got the win. Okay, got the dub. Alright, I was, you know, making plans of what to eat already. I was exhausted. I wanted to take a shower, right? I wanted to drink a lot of water. Like I just wanted to get like buy a liter of water and like drink it all the way, right? But the thing is, after this tournament, I had to go pick up my girlfriend at her dorm, and because we had like a date and stuff, and yeah, it's like more stuff happened to me. And by the time that I got home, my god, I had like a headache, my legs ached. I felt bad, dude. I thought I was gonna get sick, but yes, I was so happy. And as you can see, I'm naked right now. 0 shields. He's got 2 shields. It's Leaf Blade time, alright? It's Leaf Blade time, okay? But yes, GG, I am Vince. Great matches, man. Great matches, okay? But I was happy, man. You know? Pretty happy. Yeah. That's my Sinister Cup tournament experience. You know, I hope you enjoyed watching these videos. I hope, you know, they helped the people who are gonna have their tournaments on the weekend. Good luck, guys. Hope you do better than me. There it is, baby. My first gold badge for the season. And I hope I'll get some more. I'll try to get it like better because there's so much that I could improve on, right? There's definitely like such a mountain of stupidness that I have to get past, right? But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I owe this one to my buddy Luis. Okay, so comment down below, GG Luis, and also thank you. Okay, we tied with Quotient, Luis, Bombanks, and yeah. Big shout out to the tournament organizers, Rizachi, Monkey One, and Earl Ketchum. Thank you so much for having us, and also big shout out to the community that hosted the tournament, the BGC Raiders. The tournament organizers would also like to thank the BGC URC and also the BGC Alliance for joining, and also special thanks to the people who sponsored prizes for the entire mid-season 2, which is insane. Great start to season 1. I got that 5-2 weighted cup, and then I got, you know, this gold. Fantastic. It's a tie for first place, but I will take it, okay? I hope you're happy with your first couple of tournaments. I hope the videos were able to help you, and if you didn't do so well, don't worry about it. You know, we just started. It's, you know, it's all good. You got a couple months more. It's all good, okay? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something. Remember to leave a like, comment down below. GG Luis. Thank you, Luis. And also, comment down below what you think about, you know, that rule where you don't have to change. You know what I'm talking about, right? Plus, if you're, you know, from Sylph, right? You know, take this as community feedback. Okay. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Ding that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Ferocious Cup Meta Simplified coming soon. Bye, guys!